Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and well, today I'm deadheading over to Boston. Now, this is going to take some 6 hours or so, and it is a little bit boring sitting here for the next 6 hours, so I thought, hey, let's share the latest news about Robert Randazzo's PMDG update from the 22nd of March with all of you guys. Now, sitting here in the premium economy class of the 777, at least we have a little bit of comfort here. We have some nice screens ahead of us, and we do have a rather okay view outside as well, even though it is rather cloudy here just after our takeoff from Amsterdam. Now, on my last video that I recorded from the inside, people were like, well, if you do these videos where you report about sound or where you report about updates, then, well, it is rather annoying to have the simulator sound in the background. Just looking at this one here from yesterday, so I turned it off for you guys on this one. Now, going ahead then with what Robert Randazzo talked about on the 22nd of March in the PMDG update, and there is a few things talked about in there. Most importantly, of course, the PMDG 777-300ER. But there is also a little bit of stuff in there, like, for example, an Xbox update and some information on new update cycles on the 737, and we are going to talk about all of those today. So let's head right into it, and we are going to start with the 737 as we fly along over here. By the way, it is a little bit turbulent right now. I do apologize for that. The seatbelt signs are still turned on. And, well, it is a little bit turbulent. By the way, I really recommend you to watch that in 4K with full screens right now. Okay, so let's talk about the update then. So we start with the PMDG 737 for Microsoft Flight Simulator updates for marketplace customers. Quoting Robert here, as promised in our previous update, an update is now available to our marketplace customers on both PC and Xbox that will bring your 737 fleet up to build 3.00.0091, which is the most current iteration of the airplane. This means that both PC and Xbox marketplace customers have access to the memory improvement and even the PMDG Universal Flight Tablet after a lengthy delay to bring that item onto the Xbox platform. This brings us to a point of stasis for all 737 customers, now operating on the same version with the same capabilities, and that makes all of us at PMDG very happy, as there has been a bit of a struggle going on in the background to make this happen. The only real asterisk I want to point out is, for our Xbox customers, data entry into the tablet is problematic unless you have a keyboard of some sort. There is essentially one primary issue on Xbox, in that the native on-screen keyboard does not apparently transmit data into the sim in a manner that we have been able to capture, which means that the on-screen keyboard is not useful for filling out fields in the tablet. One of our very enterprising devs, Robert M., one of the 3 Robs on the team, crafted a custom keypad, but something about the native Xbox environment detects that you want to use the keypad when it gets brought up and quickly covers it with the on-screen keyboard. This behavior is also suboptimal. We continue to experiment with ways to make this all work with more fluidly without the need for a physical keyboard, but the turnaround time for beta builds to be pushed to the Xbox test platform is anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending upon the day of the week we push the build up for testing, and that means the experimentation happens very slowly. We have brought the entire issue to the attention of the platform developer a few times, but haven't heard back as to whether the issue is known or if there is perhaps some other route we should take with the process. Once we have a solution, we will roll that out in order to smooth things for Xbox users, but in the meantime, a good old-fashioned keyboard attached to the Xbox will serve you well. So, next update cycle for 737. We are currently in full sprint with 777 development, so we are not actively making changes to the 737 at the moment. Once 777 goes to market, we will return to sharing development resources between the 2 product lines in order to roll some new technical changes from the 777 back into the 737 and pick up some other various fixes that we feel deserve attention in the product line. We also have Sim Update 15 to pay attention to, so changes will be coming for the 737 no matter what. It is just a matter of stacking resources on the 777 to get that one into release right now. Alright, now let's talk about the 777-300ER for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Quote, Well, I finally get to tell you which one it is, rather than giving my unhelpful reply that the first one will be first. But come on, it is funny when you stop and think about it. We are in the sprint of work that happens on each project as we come roaring up on the finish line. I generally think of this phase of the development cycle as a bonus cleanup phase, because we could theoretically hand the airplane to you in the current condition and you would be overwhelmingly happy with it, but by continuing to hold it in development and testing for a bit longer allows us to clean up some of the little details and unsightly wrinkles, thus providing a big boost in overall quality on your first day of flying. Texture cleanups, some animation tuning, various small details noticed by our beta and technical testers all add up to improved first impressions when you receive the airplane, so we are working on those areas with Polish racks in hand. We're also still working to finish implementing some changes that we want for this release, such as getting the modern nav data conversion into beta testing, along with the requisite improvements in lateral path guidance provided by Navigraph's current format. Some additional new sound areas are being implemented as we take advantage of the extra development time, and data link capabilities are about to roll to the testing team, which will allow you to have those capabilities on day one provided testing goes as we expect. I realize it sounds crazy, but we really do operate without a firm release date target at this point, preferring instead to navigate by feel because we do have a ton of experience judging when a product is ready for customers and when a bit more polish is called for. We are still polishing and the wait will be worth it. In the meantime, I asked Jason and Vin to prep me with a week worth of preview images so that I can start giving you some orientation into some of the neater areas of detail on the airplane. I was spinning through the stack of images Jason sent me tonight and I wanted to share at least this one image with you because I think it gives you a striking sense of strength and capability in the 777 airplane. I had an opportunity to spend some time with Jason crawling up and down the landing gear, which was great fun, even though it probably didn't amuse the owner of the airplane that we felt so at home doing this. Being hands-on with an airliner is not something many people get to do, and the experience really gave Jason the tools he needed to build out the tiniest detail of the landing gear assembly, as well as its operation and the complexity of it folding and contouring the various drag braces and I can't even read that word, transitions, to tuck it away in the hull of the airplane. If you want to see some fantastic work, put the drone camera in the gear bay and watch them go up and down a few times. It is really spectacular to see. And my enthusiasm for showing Jason some detail or other, I managed to fall off the damn thing and wound up in a wrist brace for a few weeks afterwards. When asked, I simply stated that I was demonstrating the importance of maintaining your situational awareness around the airplane, but in truth we got lucky since I was supposed to be flying 2 days later, and you can't well do that when banged up. For his part, Jason did a great job of not laughing until we both were certain I hadn't broken my arm. Well, at this point, good to hear that, Rob, that you didn't injure yourself. But honestly, it is a marvelous looking landing gear, isn't it? Just have a look at the level of detail that you got on the wheels, on the entire Oleo strut, and the entire assembly. Also, what's really worth mentioning here, a human isn't that much taller than one of these tires. Now have a look at that huge engine in the background. That's just really impressive. Really, really impressive. Alright, so we start climbing up a little bit here, getting out of the turbulent areas. Well, let's see if there is actually anything still going on in that wing. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a window seat on this flight, so we just have to lean over a little bit. But if you do have a look at the vid in full screen, you can see how it's going a little bit up and down there. A little bit of turbulence is left. That's probably the reason why the seatbelt sign is still turned on. But, well, I do suggest that we just sit here waiting for our services to come, and hopefully by that time the turbulence will have cleared out. So let's finish up the preview that we got today. Quoting Robert one more time, I am putting together an interesting little expose for you to describe all of the tire wear impacts that come with your 777. We showed off this functionality at FS Weekend last weekend, and the users who saw it seemed to appreciate the depth and detail of it all. I'll give you that briefing next. Have a nice Friday, everyone, and I'll on-swing Saturday, but we'll talk about tires and the likes before the weekend is out. Quote end. And that is the entire update we have gotten over here. So, that only makes it about 6 hours to go until we finally reach Boston, so I just gotta find myself some nice ways of getting all that stuff out of the way now and relaxing. But luckily here in the premium economy, when you recline your seats a little bit, it really makes your life a little bit easier. And who knows, they might start turning off the seatbelt signs in a few moments as well. So guys, there you have it. That's the 22nd of March update. I sure enough hope that by the time we're flying back in a couple of days' time, they are going to give us the next update. So until then, stay safe everyone, enjoy your virtual flights, and I really can't wait for that 777 to come along. Finally, the caveat that obviously I do need to include at this point, what you're seeing over here is a beta copy of an airplane, so obviously it is not finished, and there will be issues in there. But overall, I tend to say that the airplane is really coming along nicely. Few things that you see in here that are probably still going to be changed, at least I sure hope so. But until then, all I can say is thank you very much for watching everyone. Do hope you enjoyed this one. Now let's sit back, relax a little bit, enjoy our flight, and in 6 hours we'll hopefully make an on-time and smooth landing over in Boston. Thank you very much for watching everyone, and then I see you all again on the next one. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe if you're up for more, and don't forget to like the video if you really liked it. Looking forward to your comments, and then I see you all again on the next one.